Hey, Shalom, Yasharala, which means peace, Israel. I'd like to start out by giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash, Yahweh. That's the true and powerful mighty name of who the word ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, our higher. By Hashem means in the name, Yahweh Shai. That's the true and powerful mighty name of who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yeshua, or Yeshaya, and the Ruach HaKodesh is the Holy Spirit, according to the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who I've learned the truth of the Bible from. And peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect and to believes the listeners out there that came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh Bashem and Yahweh Shai. And much love and respect unto you, brothers, pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth, risking your lives and freedom. Now more so than ever, may Yahweh Bashem and Yahweh Shai continue to bless you and your households. I'm the brother Yawam, coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, is edifying to the Lord's elect. I mean, it's going to be a quick exhortation and going into what we're fighting for, okay? And why we must continue to keep pushing and keep fighting, especially in the days that we're coming into, man, the times that we're coming into. Okay, this devil's time is getting closer and closer to an end. He about to come down with that great wrath, okay? But we know that these things must come to pass in order for our kingdom, okay, Yahweh Shai's kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, to be established on the earth. Okay. But I just want to go into, like I said, a few things of what we're fighting for. Okay. And I want to open up with the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9, and it reads, "But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love him." Right. Okay. So no matter how great your imagination is, you can't fathom and put together, you know, what the kingdom of heaven is going to look like. Because, we only look at things, from a worldly, fleshly perspective, in a sense, on, experiences that's been on this earth. Okay. Yeah, it also says the same thing in Isaiah 64 and 4. "For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, O Yahweh, beside thee, what he hath prepared for them that waited for him." And that's why it's important for us to wait for him, because we don't know. We know it's going to be something spectacular and grand, and that's what makes it worth waiting for. Okay, why, all the tribulation is looked at as a light thing compared to compared to what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has in store for us. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's see. So that was it on that. Okay, on that. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be full of all great things and benefits for the Israelites, which consists primarily of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. You also have the Israelite foreigners, who are likened unto a speckled bird, who may look like the heathen nations because they've been scattered amongst the heathen nations. But their bloodline and lineage goes back unto Jacob, by way of their fathers. Okay. And, there's been certain things promised to the children of Israel. Okay. And let's go into a few of these benefits. Let's go to Salakia, Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 23. Let me read. Ezekiel 36 and 22. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, and we're people before we're a place. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which you have profaned among the heathen whither you went. And I will sanctify my great name, which is profaned among the heathen, which you have profaned in the midst of them. And in the heathen, the other nations, shall know that I am Yahweh, said the Lord Yahweh, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Right. Okay. And they're starting to know, these heathens are starting to know that it's, about Yahweh through the great awakening of the children of Israel. Verse 24, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and bring you into your own land. Right. Okay. And we ready to go back home in our own land and getting out from underneath our oppressors. So I'll gather you out of all countries and bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. So he's gonna, this word is really what's gonna cleanse us, okay? Because as we're gonna go into in the next verse, it's gonna be written or programmed within us. Okay, so we're gonna be clean, we're gonna be renewed. Verse 26, a new heart. The word, let's just get it. Excuse me, Salakia. 36. Heart, which is the Hebrew word lab.
Strong's H 3820. Lave.
The outline of biblical usage: your inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding, the soul, knowledge, thinking, reflection, memory, inclination, resolution, determination of will, your conscience. Okay. Strong's definition: the heart, also used figuratively very widely for the feelings, the will, and even the intellect. Likewise, for the center of anything, care for, comfortably, considered, courageously, friendly, broken, hard, merry, stiff, stout, double-hearted. Okay. All right, so back to it. So, verse 26, a new heart or mind, conscience, will, also will I give to you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Right, the heart that we have now is stony, and it represents figuratively. It represents the laws being written on those stony tablets. Okay, and you see how easy it was for Moses to break the stony tablets when he got upset. Okay, but the heart of flesh is not going to be able to break the law, statutes, and commandments. Verse 27, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you shall keep my judgments to do them. Goes into him programming us to do the right thing. And you shall dwell in my land, in the land that I gave to your fathers, and you shall be my people, and I will be your God. I will also save you from all your uncleanliness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it and lay no famine upon you. Corn goes into, our resources. Okay, he's going to increase our resources. We're not going to be down at the bottom anymore like we are now. and I will multiply the fruit of the tree and the increase of the field, that you shall receive no more reproach of famine. Okay. And this is something to be looking forward to, man. Okay. Now let's go dig a little bit more deeper into it. Okay, with the new hearts, let's go to Hebrews chapter 10. Let's go to verse 16. This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, said the Lord. I will put my laws into their hearts, and in their minds will I write them. And their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. Okay, for edification purposes, out of curiosity, the Hebrews 10:16. Bear with me a second. Will I write graph?
Strong's G 1924. Epigrapho. Epigrapho.
To write upon, inscribe physically or mentally, inscription, write in, over their arm. Okay, bear with me a quick second, because I'm going to look into this word. I'm go into the root. Let's go to here to the root word.
Strong's G 1125. Grapho. Grapho.
To write with reference to the form of letters. To write with reference to contents of the writing. To express in written characters. To commit to writing. Things not to be forgotten. Write down or record. And what are those things that are not to be forgotten? The law, statutes, commandments, and things that are pleasing unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Use the things which stand written in the sacred books of the Old Testament. To write one. Oh, look at this. To give information and directions. That's what's going to be written. The information and directions. Okay. Okay. Now you got to write upon, and then this upon. So going back here, you're going to write a program, inscribe it. Okay. Give us the directions, the information that we need to not go off anymore. And their sins and iniquities will I remember no more, because we're not going to sin or go off against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And then also, to have that heart of flesh, we're going to need new bodies, which it talks about here in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52. And we're going to need these new bodies before we go on the ships, on the chariots. Okay, because when we get beamed, well, when the hopeful elect get beamed up, okay, their spirit is going to get pulled out of this earthly, fleshly tabernacle or abode, and then it's going to get beamed up into the chariot, and it's going to get put into its new suit, new vehicle, or so to speak. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52. I'm going to show you, start at 51. 1 Corinthians 15:51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We should not all sleep, but we should all be changed. Right, talking about the Israelites. Okay, because a lot of our people are asleep right now. Okay, but the Yahweh Bashim Shah have woken up select few to receive this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and only a select few, the elect, that are going to be selected, okay, and get saved and delivered, while the rest are going to get destroyed. Continuing on, but in the kingdom of heaven, we all going to be changed. We're all going to have these new bodies in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, but the elect, they're going to be the first ones to get the upgrades. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. And the dead, talking about those who died in Hamashiach, okay, they're going to be risen, and they get really the dead in Hamashiach, Yahushua, they really get the first dibs on the new bodies, man. Okay. Um, verse 53, for this corruptible must put on incorruption. This corruptible is talking about this bodies, this flesh that we're in now is corruptible because it's subject to sin. Okay, but the incorruption is the new body, the celestial body. Okay, or should we say extraterrestrial? Because the celestial body is our spiritual bodies in the heaven. So this body is going to be extraterrestrial. Okay, and this mortal must put on immortality. And immortality goes into keeping all of the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, we will get beamed up in the chariots, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and we should know that sin is transgression or the breaking of the law. And the strength of sin is the law. Okay. But thanks be to Yahweh, which gives us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Right. That's why it's important to, believe and, have faith in Yahweh Shah and honor Yahweh Shah. Okay. We don't want to end up like certain people who bucked up against Yahweh Shah and now they're getting judged for it. Let's go here. Isaiah 14. Like I said, there's some things we're fighting for. And one, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers, the Israelite foreigners, shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right. Ruling over, hey, I know that's something I'm waiting on. Okay. Ruling over our enemies, man, because, they didn't put so much hell upon us. Okay. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, right? And man, who wouldn't want rest from Babylon? Rest, Salakia. Who wouldn't want rest from Babylon the Great? And then all the other captivities we had, our spirits had to endure. And our spirits haven't had rest, so our spirits are worn out, and we need rest. That's why Yahweh Bashim Hawashai is going to give us an eternity to rest, because the Israelites, the sons of God, the spirits of the sons of God have went through so much hell, man. Okay, let me see. Let me keep going. It's not Revelation 12 and 12. Damn. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Right. Just, precepting on what we read in Isaiah the 14th chapter, ruling over our oppressors. Okay. They led us into captivity. So it's only fair, okay, that we're going to lead them into captivity. All the heathens, not just Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, but all the heathen nations. Moab, Ammon, the Chinese and Japanese, the Arabs, okay? Every nation that's not of Israel is going to get led into captivity. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Holy Scriptures. More things we fighting for. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 8 and verse 4. Thus said Yahweh, Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Our kids, our children, are going to be able to play outside in the streets, and we ain't going to have to worry about no pedophile coming to snatch them up, man. Okay? That, man, is going to be a good feeling, man. Being able to let our kids just roam around and play outside, and they're going to have to worry about no sick, deranged Edomite trying to snatch them up, man. Continuing on. Oh, I would believe that was, yep. Let's go here. That's a beautiful thing, man. Israelite kids playing in the streets, no care in the world, don't have to worry. That's beautiful, man. And that's something worth fighting for, man. That's why it's important to keep pushing in this faith, okay? Because this is something beautiful. All right, Isaiah 6 and 9. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leper shall lie down with the kid. The kid here is talking about a young goat. And the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. Right. Things are gonna go back to how they were originally supposed to be. Paradise, peace on earth. Even the animals are gonna be getting along, man. Okay, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the ass, which is a snake, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua as the waters cover the sea. Right? The waters, the living waters, okay, because that's what this word is like. Let's go here. Revelation 21, verse 18. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. So our city is going to be pure gold, okay? Pure gold. And the foundations of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. So the foundation of our city, of our country, okay, is going to be precious stones. Let's go into it. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, the 10th a chrysoprase, the 11th a jacinth, the 12th an amethyst, and the gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold as if for transparent glass. That's not something to fight for. A city full of gold. okay? And it's going to be ours to enjoy, not these heathens, okay? Not these wicked, dirty, stinking heathens, but us. It's going to be all for us exclusively for the Israelites. Just let that sink in, man. All right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. If you want to know what curses is talking about, go back 2 chapters. Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verses 15 through 68. It's going to go into the curses that fell upon the Israelites for disobedience. And all those curses, including captivity, is going to fall. Is going to befall you heathens. Okay. Hey, an eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. Let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 6. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast clapped thy hands and stamped with thy feet and rejoiced in thy heart with all thy despite against the land of Israel. It's talking about these heathens. Okay. How they rejoiced at our downfall. Behold, therefore, I will stretch out my hand upon thee. I will deliver thee for a spoil to the heathen, and I will cut thee off from the people, and I will cause thee to perish out of the countries. I will destroy thee, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Moab and Seir, the Chinese, and Esau, the Edomites. Seir is another word, another code word for Esau, Mount Seir. Do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. Right, and the so-called Negroes, I mean, they did a hell of a job, with their project on Jake, the Negro, the Judites, okay, and bringing them down so low because Judah is the head tribe, okay, and they know this, and they know pretty much whatever Judah do, the rest of the tribes is going to follow. That's why they went so hard on bringing Judah so low. Okay, verse 9. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from the cities of his countries, which are on his frontier, Salakia. The glory of the country, Beth Jesimoth, Balmeon, and Kurathim, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites. The Ammonites are the Japanese, and will give them in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations. Ooh. And I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. You hear that? He's going to use his people, the Israelites, to rise up against these Edomites. And we're going to get that. But let's continue on here. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord Yahweh. And that's right. He's going to do that by raising up, men of the Lord with spiritual powers, to bring that vengeance, bring that hammer down on Esau ear. Okay, and also it's gonna be like that in the kingdom. We're gonna do them way worse than they did us. Verse 15, thus said the Lord Yahweh, because the Philistines, the Hamites, the Africans, have dwelt by revenge and have taken vengeance with a despiteful heart. to destroy it for the old hatred. That's why they sold us to the Edomites and to the Arabs because they had that old hatred of us, shit dominating their ass. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will stretch out my hand upon the Philistines, and I will cut off the cherethims and destroy the remnant of the seacoast. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am Yahweh when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. Right? He ain't finna play with them, man. Let me show you. Let's go to Jeremiah 51. Let's go to verse 19. The portion of Jacob, the Israelites, the elect of Israel, is not like them. For he is the former of all things. Yeah, Israel is the salt of the earth. Everything came from Israelite. Your TV, like these drones, light bulbs, everything, the central plumbing, all that came from Israelites, man. Okay? And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh, Lord of hosts, is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. All right. So with the Israelite men, the elect men that he's going to raise up, he's going to use to destroy these kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with all thee, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon and to all in the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil they have done in Zion in your sight, said Yahweh. Okay, so how about Shemi Hashai ain't playing? Okay, we just read that he's gonna with his men, he's gonna use them to bring down Babylon. And everybody that's joined on to her, all these heathen nations, man. Okay, oh man, I pray I'm part of that number, man. It would be nice to have some spiritual powers and just go in. Okay, let off our anger, then plus the anger of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's gonna be amazing. Let's go to Isaiah 41, verse 15. Isaiah 41 and 10. Fear not, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God or thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them, and shalt not find them. Even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, Yahweh thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, which means to look, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Okay, you think of, the threshing floor, think of, they think of them stomping grapes. They say you're going to make a new threshing instrument having teeth. All right, pretty much something to destroy. Thou shalt thresh the mountains, these governments, and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. Yeah, the elect is going to glory and rejoice and praise and worship and honor Yahweh Hashem Yahushua on that day. Okay, it's going to be a beautiful day. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. In the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. Hey, and that's going to be a happy and joyous thing, man, to see that we're witnessing the downfall of our enemies now. But actually to witness it and see them be brought down by Yahweh Shai and the members of the elect, man, it's going to be beautiful and joyous. And the elect is going to be praising and thanking Yahweh Hashem Shai in that time. Okay, and they're going to know that these words are faithful and true. Okay, let's see. Romans 8:18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right. And I just, read a few things that's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. But even then, we still can't imagine and fathom how grand and great it's going to be. Okay. We can only speculate and imagine, and that's what keeps us keep pushing, keep going, keep pressing towards the mark. Okay. Remember, he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. We got to continue to fight the good fight and endure hardness as soldiers, as Yahweh Bashem Shah, man. Okay. Let me read this again, Romans 8:18. For I reckon that the sufferings. Matter of fact, let me just go up. Let me just read this. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Right. So we continue to endure. We're part of the elect. We're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Meaning everything that Yahweh Shai gets, we're going to get a portion of it, man. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So continue to fight, continue to keep pushing, because as it says in Hebrews, this is a light affliction, okay, compared to the heaviness of the kingdom that's going to be dropped on us. But this is good heaviness, man. Okay, so I pray and hope this lesson was uplifting and exhorting to you, brothers and sisters, whoever needed to hear it. We one day closer to the kingdom. Continue to fight, continue to push, and continue to endure. So, giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakadash, give honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, safety, and salutation to the hopeful elect and to you, believing listeners out there. Shalom.